I'm Jilly G. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you my gluten-free orange chicken with vegetables and rice. When you're gluten-free, it's really hard to find Chinese food that we can eat. So I make my own and I'm going to show you how I do that. First up, we're going to make the sauce, and in here I have 2 cups of orange juice that I've squozen, and the pulp is still in there, but if you don't want that, you can strain it, but I don't mind if it's a little bit chunky in there. And we're going to add in almost a 3/4 cup of honey, and you could use sugar if you wanted to. I'll give you that equivalent as well. And I have a little grater here, and I've got some about 3 cloves of garlic, and it's about a 2-inch piece or so of fresh ginger, and I'm just going to grate these in here. You could chop it up if you want to, but grating is easy. And if you drop one in, just get it out and keep going. And once you've got your garlic in there, I have about a 2-inch piece of ginger. And when ginger is in season, I buy it and peel it and cut it up into chunks, and I stick it in the freezer. You could also use powdered or ground ginger for this. And once you've got that in there, be careful, but get it all off of here. Move that aside. And I have a 1/2 cup of rice vinegar and a 1/4 cup of gluten-free soy sauce. This is a different kind of liquid amino sauce that I use, and I'll give you the link to that below. But in there, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil and about 2 teaspoons or so of red chili flakes, more or less depending on how spicy you like it. And just mix this. You want the honey to get mixed around pretty good. You could put orange zest in here too if you want. Clean up our mess a little bit. Save the spatula, we'll use that in a little bit. So just set this aside, and I have some carrots and red pepper cut up right here, and some mushrooms and peas. And we're going to saute these first. And I've got some oil heating up in this pan here. I also have more oil heating up in this pan for the chicken, and I do have some rice cooking over here. But I'll bring you in closer for a look for the vegetables first. Once your oil is hot, I'm going to put in the carrots and the pepper and let this start sauteing. And once those are starting to soften a little bit, I'm going to dump in my peas and mushrooms. So turn your heat off. Once these are as done as you'd like them to be, I'm just going to put them right back in the bowl they were in. And just set this aside. And I've got this oil in my Dutch oven heating up. It's about 2 inches up the sides of the pan. I'm going to start turning that up a little bit higher. So for the chicken, I've got about 4 chicken breasts and about 6 or so chicken thighs cut up into bite-sized pieces in here. This is a really big batch. You don't have to do this big of a batch. But I'll put the recipe for just a single batch in the description box. So chicken here, and what we're going to do first is I've got 5 eggs in here, room temperature, and just mix these up. And pour this on your chicken. Just mix everything around to get all of this chicken evenly coated. Could probably do a bigger bowl than this bowl, but that's all right. So once your chicken's coated, just set this aside. And in this bowl, I have 1 cup of cornstarch and 1 cup of my gluten-free flour. Tiny whisk. Just mix it around just a little bit. And what we're going to do is, I have a cookie sheet here. 2 cookie sheets. One is lined with some parchment paper, and the other one is lined with paper towels. We're going to start breading our chicken. Let's actually move this over here so you can see. And get it all kind of breaded, put it on here, and then take it over there and fry it, and that's where we'll drain it. So just a little bit at a time. It's going to be messy. And because this is so much chicken, I'm going to be doing it in batches. So I've just coated half of it now, And we'll probably get more flour and more flour and more cornstarch for the other part of it, but we'll do it in batches anyways. So put this here, wash up, and bring this closer, and just start going a little bit at a time. You don't want to crowd the pan. And this is olive oil. You could use vegetable oil. And once they're nice and golden brown, we're going to drain them on this other cookie sheet lined with paper towel. And just keep going with the rest of them. Again, don't crowd the pan. You want them to get nice and crispy. While my last batch of chicken is frying, I have some cornstarch, about a tablespoon, and I've just added a little bit of cold water. We're going to make a little bit of a slurry here. And once that's mixed together, turn our heat back on over here and give our sauce a good stir. And we're going to pour it in this pan. And we're just going to occasionally stir it while it comes up to a boil. Add in our slurry. You could use a whisk if you want to, but this spatula is fine. And once this comes up to a boil, it will thicken, and then we'll add back in the vegetables and the chicken. Once the sauce starts to boil, you'll notice it is getting thicker. Once that is thick and boiling, I'm going to turn the heat off, dump in our vegetables, give that a stir, and then we're going to dump in our chicken. And just stir it till it's all evenly coated. I bet you didn't think it would all fit in this pan, but it does. Once you've got that all stirred around till everything is evenly coated, bring it over here. I've got some rice right over here. And now for our orange chicken with vegetables. Drip your sauce all over the place. I've got some chopped up green onion here. We'll just sprinkle some of this on. Looks pretty good. Let's give this a bite. It's really hot. Vegetables. It's pretty good. You could do this with no vegetables or any vegetable that you want, really. And you could even do it with pork instead of chicken. And this is brown rice that I've got, but you could do it with white rice as well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.